going on, Morgan?
Well, if you're such good friends with John, why don't you ask him?
Hey, he called because he was concerned about...
Oh, yeah. Right. I think we can throw that in the too little too late bin with the rest of the trash.
What's going on?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You quit your residency. You quit medicine.
Yeah, John got in my face one too many times. Contrary to what you might think, Cass, he's not the easiest person in the world to work for. And I have much better things to do with my life.
Kid, you don't quit a career you've been preparing for the past 10 years just because somebody yells at you for being late.
Excuse me. Don't tell me what to do.
Well, somebody had better before you wreck your life.
But it's my life, and I want to wreck it. Goodbye.
Sit down.
I'm not your client, Cass.
No, you're my brother, and I'm not going to watch you self-destruct like this.
You lost the right to push me around and to pat me on the head a long time ago, brother. You walked out. And as far as I'm concerned, we should have left it that way.
No, you were right. I do feel so much better now that I've told Josie that I'm going to look for the boy. Well, I guess I should say the man who raped me.
So she was supportive?
Oh, she's behind me all the way. And
Great.
we had a wonderful talk afterward. It was the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Then why haven't you told John yet?
Oh, you would ask me that.
Well, that's what you paid me for, isn't it?
It's just not quite the same thing. Telling Josie and telling John.
Telling John what?
That I'm about to turn your life upside down again.
Amanda, it's very nice to see you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Marshal.
I've prepared an agenda, but of course I will defer to you.
No, I would appreciate it if you would run the meeting.
Very well, as you wish.
Thank you.
I think we're all here then.
Is Cass coming?
No, Cass Winthrop, our counsel, has had a family emergency.
It's not Charlie, is it?
Oh, no, everyone's fine. But if there are no objections, I think we should table any issues that would require his input.
Yes, that's fine.
Let's say he's fine? Okay, good then. Our first item of business. Our chairperson, Mr. Carl Hutchins, has tendered his resignation. Now, we have several options.
Excuse me, Marshal. As CEO of Cory Enterprises, I shall not accept Mr. Hutchins' resignation. Possibly support Carl. I think it's only fair that we allow Mr. Hutchins to continue his work here since he has been cleared of all charges surrounding my accident. What?
It's true, the accident wasn't his fault.
Now, I'm sure you're all aware of the fact that Mr. Hutchins took over his chair during a very problematic period. And thanks to Jake McKinnon, we have made some progress with the unions, but several key divisions were still running in the red. Not anymore. Despite an uncooperative economy, Mr. Hutchins posted record gains.
That's what we like to hear.
He has my full support. I believe that he is genuinely trying to better his life as well as his corporation. He has my full support, and I sincerely hope that he will reconsider.
Mrs. Harrison, you are grace itself. You will never know how grateful I am to you for your forgiveness, and indeed for this show of support. But by way of thanking you, I still think it wise for me to leave, given the close association between this corporation and the Cory family. Now, there's been a great deal of water has gone under the bridge, and I have no wish to undermine anyone's confidence or threaten anyone's image. The future of this corporation and this family is much too important.
So, shall we put it to the vote?
Marshal, there is one more issue I would like to address.
Look, John, I gotta run, but congratulations.
Well, that's a little premature.
Well, what do they say on the Academy Awards? It's an honor to be nominated, right? And it is making the short list for Chief of Staff. That's no small feat. You should enjoy it.
Thank you.
I'll see you soon.
Yes, you will. I thought you were going to think about this.
No, I was. They cornered me at a staff meeting this morning and said they want to take the list public.
It's all right.
I really should have called you.
Well, no, I didn't say
No,
that.
I don't want you to think that your feelings about this are not important. They are. This is exactly the kind of things and decision-making that I want us to make together.
Well, I agree with you, John,
I
but
might
sometimes...
not get the job anyway, so...
I did the same thing.
What?
I made a decision without you, and now that I think about it, it could cost you this job.
Chief of Staff?
I've decided to go after the guy who raped me when I was a child.
You're baiting me, kid, and I want to know why.
You always want to know why. You always want to know everything. You're the nosiest, stubbornest, most arrogant
You're not
man I
angry
know.
with me.
Who says? You walk in here like I'm your personal franchise. And you want a pound of flesh to go. Well, I'm sorry, but the shop's closed.
Oh, yeah, it is. Something has shut you down, and you're alienating everybody who's trying to reach out to you.
I know. It's too bad it's not working.
It's not going to work either. That crack about walking out on you, that was very transparent. I was thrown out, and you know it. And I've been your strongest advocate ever since you arrived here in Bay City. You stuck with me whether you like it or not, kid. I'm not moving until you tell me what's happened.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what happened. But you have to promise to keep your mouth shut. And I mean shut. I don't want a word, a sigh, a groan. Nothing. And then you're out of here. Agreed?
May I nod? I'll keep my mouth shut.
Okay. Brett's married.
Well, why didn't you call us?
Rob Nettles. She went to Chicago. He tracked her down. They're married. Goodbye.
The baseball player?
I don't care if he catches hockey pucks with his teeth. Cass, okay? She did what she did. She made her choice. I've accepted it. It's fine. Now, will you get out of here?
Where the hell did this come from? You haven't accepted anything. My God, how could you? No wonder you're lashing out at
all my instincts, my experience. You can't help yourself. You can't resist this advice giving, can you? It just pours out of you. You always got to put in your 2 cents. Is that it?
I'm not going to watch my brother ruin his life.
It's not up to you.
You're a doctor. Could you walk away when someone's suffering?
I'm not suffering. Is that what you think I'm doing? I'm not suffering. All right. I'm making a few mid-course corrections.
You're in so
that's
much
all.
pain, you're
Is
anesthetized.
that what you want? You want pain? You want some kind of indulgent display of pain? Is that what you want?
That is it! What is this, Cain and Abel's greatest hits? I could hear you two all the way down in the lobby. Now, what is going on?
I'm ashamed to admit that I had pretty much given up on myself after this accident. I guess I thought that something like this would never happen to me. And if it wasn't for Matt and Maggie and Carl, I guess I would still be barricaded in my bedroom feeling sorry for myself. And Carl would not take no for an answer, and quite frankly, he was really irritating. He threw stacks of files on my bed. He pretty much has said that I didn't need my legs to read. He was right. He made me see that I am still me, that I can still have a life, and that I can come here and that I can function just the way that I used to. He also made another good point. This is still very much a family corporation, and I think it's important that we work together comfortably. And yes, you're right, there is a lot of water under the bridge, and we have made our mistakes. But somehow we keep finding our way back. We do cross over that bridge. So, if we trust each other, which I think we are willing to do, I think that this can be a highly successful team.
All right.
So, any more discussion? Carl?
Look, I have to confess, I'm not prepared for this. I never imagined...
Just say yes.
I don't want to push you, but we do have a great deal of business.
Would you allow me to give you my answer in 24 hours?
Fine. The next order of business, the literacy project, specifically the funding of the campaign.
We can't afford it. I know it's a noble idea, but...
Giles, if I may, I prepared a preliminary budget. If you want to take a look at that.
You look a little tired out of the cardboard.
No, sweetheart, I'm fine. Wait, hold on. Now, excuse me, everyone. Now, Giles, I appreciate your concern, but my research tells me that this is totally unfounded. In fact, I can guarantee you that whatever we lay out, we can recoup.
You expect to recoup $1 million?
More. Look, let me put it this way. Publishing houses, they can't really advertise themselves, except through a campaign like this.
Amanda, people don't buy publishing houses, they buy books.
Now, since we're at this campaign, Giles, I've gotten calls from several authors. Now, I'm talking major voices here, and all of a sudden, they want to come aboard with us.
Right. It's a win-win situation. We do the right thing, and we benefit from it. Now, look, I'm not going to let this go. This was my father's dream. Illiteracy is curable. In fact, you know, it's a lot like paralysis. It takes a lot of hard work and a lot of help from others. If you want to learn to read, you can. Now, considering what I have been through, I am not going to let you or anybody else stop me. Bravo.
I should have told you first. I told Josie, and she was all for it, and so I just
I've always been
assumed.
supportive of any kind of therapeutic
I know,
opportunity.
but you've never been chief of staff.
Well, what is being chief of staff, which is not a sure thing to begin with?
Which is why I don't want to jeopardize
Well,
it.
how would your search
John,
ever
think about it. If I start asking questions, stirring things up, it's an unpleasant subject. People don't want their chief of staff associated
Then
with
they
this
don't
kind
want me. You're my wife.
And I've already given you more than your fair share of grief.
And more joy than I could possibly have imagined.
I don't have to do this.
If you're worried about me, then the best thing that you could do for me is find this guy.
What is going on? Did something happen?
Your brother-in-law has developed an intense dislike for baseball.
Baseball.
Hates it.
You were arguing about baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You'll learn about this later, Charlie, when you're a little older. Grown-ups acting strangely. So, I was being my usual totally disorganized mother of a small child self, and I completely forgot that I had a checkup today. And that means I didn't get a sitter. So I was wondering if maybe Charlie's favorite uncle or daddy, as it turns out, or maybe both of you could, you know, assuming you put aside this, whatever, this baseball thing.
To spend time with our beautiful little girl, our favorite girl in the world. Come here.
Okay, you think you'll be okay?
No problem. We'll be fine.
All right, well, she has another bottle in her bag over there.
Okay.
And I won't be long.
Okay.
Okay, let me get you out. Let me get you out. Let me get you out.
There you
You
go.
little sausage. You little sausage. Now, look. No yelling. That means both of you. And you, too, now that I think of it. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, Mom. Bye-bye, Mama.
Thanks, Cass. I don't think she's going to be happy about the news, and I'm just not really up for it.
Look, I'm sorry I didn't react the way you needed me to. I'm a lawyer. I know how to get people out of trouble. That's what I do. If I lecture or give advice, it's out of habit. I'm no expert on how you feel. The fact is, I'm terrible at it. I want to make it better so badly that I make it worse.
It's okay, Cass.
No, it's not. Will you do something for me? Help me be a better brother.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, kid. Whatever it takes.
I'm sorry. Nothing seems to really help.
It's going to take time. Meanwhile, you can't burn any bridges. You have to talk to John.
Can't you just listen?
I am listening, and I'm agreeing with
No,
you.
You're not. You're trying to fix everything.
Morgan, you have to admit that quitting your job isn't going to change anything with Brett.
I don't know. How do you know? Maybe quitting my job is the best thing I ever did for myself.
I'm not saying don't quit, but I'm saying
I don't
wait.
want to hear it.
Can I finish my sentence,
No.
please?
You can't just be with me, can you? Without telling me what to do.
You're right. You're right. But you see, I have a little more perspective.
You see, you're doing it again.
No, I'm talking about me now, all right? Is that allowed? It's hard for me to sit by and watch you destroy yourself.
Oh, so if I don't do what you want me to do, then I'm destroying myself.
I didn't say that.
But that's what you implied.
No, that's what you inferred.
Well, how the hell do you know what I inferred? Are you in my skull? Get out of my skull, will you?
Baby, look, quiet.
I'm sorry. I'm the
Okay,
calm one,
sweetheart.
okay? Don't you know that you're the crazy one in the family? Will you get that? I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. I was angry and I wasn't thinking, Cass. Sorry, Charlie. I'm sorry. No, Cass. Cass, please don't go. You're right. I'm a mess. And I don't want to be alone right now. So would you please... I want to hold Charlie. I just want to be here and sit. Sit with the two of you. Okay? Please.
You know, when you first started to remember the rape, and even more recently, when you started having memories about how this guy tried to kill you, I know it was terrible. I can't think of anything worse. But for me, loving you, having a child of our own, the thought of someone hurting you when you were such a little girl, the rage that conjures up, you have no idea. You know, sometimes when you had one of your nightmares, and they finally calmed you down and you've gotten back to sleep, I have to leave the bed, Charlene. I don't know if you've ever noticed it, but I go downstairs and I pace back and forth because there is so much anger. But at whom? A ghost? Some boy who's now a man? I often think about killing him. I picture it. I could just see myself smashing his face in and just ripping him apart, making him suffer for all the suffering he put you through. All the years that he took from you and from me and Josie and Greg. No, you find him. Please. You find him. I don't care how many jobs it costs me. It'll be worth it if we can bury this once and for all.
I'm telling you, sweetie, if there's one thing I've learned through all of this, it's just you can't predict what's going to happen when you open things up. I mean, if I find this guy, there's no guarantee for any of it.
As long as you're willing, and Josie's willing. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, for me, just to have an actual person, an actual name,
No, wait
and
a second.
address.
No. If I find this guy, no heroics. He's mine.
You just find him. We'll work with Dr. Lyons or anyone you want to resolve it. And as far as the hospital goes, don't worry about it. I can't imagine that anyone would have a problem with what you're doing. And if they do, tough. I'm proud of you.
It will raise our profile, it will attract terrific writers, and ultimately it's going to bring in more readers who are going to buy more books. Now, please, we have to do this. And Giles, if you say no, I swear I will never speak to you again.
So, shall we? All in favor of continuing funding for the literacy project? Motion carries.
Ah, thank you all very, very much. I worked very hard to make this project a success.
Now, since we've agreed to table everything needing Cass's input, I think we can adjourn.
Great.
So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for your patience and your time. And if anyone wants to see the spring list, it's in my office. Many copies. Thank you. Welcome back, Marcia.
Thank you, Marshall.
Well, I wish your father had been here to see you tackle Giles.
Well, I had to be here, otherwise he would have voted the project down.
Carl approached you about this?
He said that he would carry me here if I didn't pull myself together.
I'm glad you could hear it from him.
Mom, it wasn't that I didn't hear it from you.
I'm sorry I yelled at you.
Are you kidding? No, you were right. You were absolutely right. All of you were. It took a while for it to sink in.
I just don't understand. How could he be innocent? Carl admitted to me that he was responsible for the accident.
Well, that's what I was trying to tell you on the phone.
He was covering for Ito.
Apparently, Ito took it upon himself to take Evan out.
So he didn't know, really?
You were right. He has changed.
I doubted him. I have to call Cass. Where is Carl? He was just here.
Well, I'll go get him.
I believe he left the building.
You saw him leave?
He doesn't feel welcome. The last time we talked, it was very unpleasant.
But that was before you knew anything. Listen, I'm going to go get
It's
him.
all right, Maggie. How did Ryan take this?
Well, he was there when it happened. Carl was about to be sentenced to 15 years.
He was willing to go to prison.
He was loyal. You know, he knew Ito did what he did to protect you and Amanda. He wasn't going to betray him. And then Ito showed up, confessed.
Mom, it was a mistake. I mean, Carl didn't do anything wrong. Evan didn't do anything wrong.
Curious. With all these good people doing nothing wrong, my wife ends up paralyzed.
It's not permanent, Grant. We're going to all work together.
Your mother's right. What's important is that she's home and you two have settled your differences. We've all missed you, Rachel.
And I missed
Allie
you
asks
all.
about you every day.
I missed you all. We should have lunch. Why don't I call Hilda? After the way you handled the board, we should celebrate.
Great.
Definitely.
I think we'll take a rain check.
Grant, can't we just reschedule
Well, Amanda's
it?
tired whether she wants to admit it or not.
Amanda has to eat, Grant.
Well, Matthew, this is the first time Amanda's left the house. First time in her wheelchair, out in public. Let's not take the risk, shall we? Not with Christmas right around the corner and the children needing her.
Grant is right. We shouldn't push it. I'll call you later.
Today's the first day it feels like Christmas. Oh, it's gonna be wonderful. Oh, thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
Now, I'm not suggesting anything, mind you, but I know Frankie would be very disturbed if I didn't at least mention this. You know, you're perfectly welcome to move back in with us, temporarily, of course. Frankie's always looking for help with Charlie, babysitting and that sort of thing. And since you have so much time on your hands, until you've decided on a new career, that is.
What new career?
Well, you said you didn't want to be a doctor anymore.
No, I just said I hated hospitals.
Yes, well, doctors work in hospitals.
Not if
so
you're
that
a
means
lawn
that
doctor.
if you want to run away and be miserable,
Who
this
says
is
I'm going to be
fine.
miserable? Charlie, when you grow up, know what you want. Because you're going to save a lot of people. And yourself a lot of heartache.
Gracious, Maggie, what are you doing here?
I couldn't wait for the elevator.
Well, nothing could be that important.
You're wrong.
You need a drink.
You can't leave.
You are very sweet.
I know, but you don't understand. Rachel loves you.
Once upon a time, perhaps.
Look, Carl, she didn't know about any of it. She thought you were in jail. You saw how she freaked out when you walked through that door?
This will be that as it may. Nothing's really changed.
How can you say that?
Look, if I'd never come into her life, none of this would ever have happened.
Listen, I know you can talk your way in and out of anything, so that's why I'm not listening. The fact of the matter is, Rachel wanted to talk to you, and she was very upset when you split.
She wanted to see me?
Yes. And Grant told her you left, and she was very upset. She thought that you didn't want to talk to her, that you were mad at her because she threw you out of the house.
Oh, nothing could be further from the truth.
Well, you know, she's home. We could just head over there, you know, you and me. Let's go.
Maggie, I do not need a chaperone.
And you'll go?
Are you Carl Hutchins?
Yes, indeed.
These are for you.
And what may this be?
Mrs. Hutchins has begun divorce proceedings.
What? No, that's impossible, Carl.
Haven't met a lawyer yet who works for free.
What is that supposed to mean?
That Rachel paid an attorney to draft this. It means that she's serious. She wants a divorce.
I know that's the consult that I've forgotten about. I should be about an hour. I'll see you at home later.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Hey!
Are you looking for me?
No, how are you? I'm here for a checkup and I'm looking for the lab. So, how are you?
I want to hire you.
For what?
I need you to help me find somebody.
Who?
The guy who raped me.
Oh, you did it, huh?
Yeah, I did. And you helped.
Mm. Okay, well, you know, this boy, he's going to be a sick man.
Yeah, I know.
Now,
and
of course.
I'm terrified of finding him and confronting him and accusing him, but I
what-
feel the need to.
Why don't we just find him and figure out what we're going to do with that
So
information
then you
later?
will help me.
Nothing would give me more pleasure. So, come on. Just tell me everything you remember about this guy. You don't leave anything out. Okay?
Oh, all right. You know he was a friend of my brother's.
Right.
Oh, Matthew, when did you do this?
Oh, I whipped it up. Allie and I did, you know.
Oh, honey, it's wonderful. Thank you.
What did you think? We weren't going to have a Christmas?
Oh, the way everyone was feeling. Oh, it's terrific. Oh, look at this. Remember when you did this?
Yeah, when I was around 2.
You weren't 2, you were in kindergarten. That was your first thing you brought home from school.
Uh-huh.
This is new. Ah, from Allie.
Yeah, runs in the family. Listen, I didn't know whether to take this over to Grant's or...
Oh, no. We'll have a family Christmas here. You know your sister. She can never wait for Santa to come. She comes racing down those...
Listen, she's gonna get over this. It's only a matter of time. She's too strong.
I know she is.
What else do we have here? This looks interesting. Oh. Who got this?
Carl gave it to me.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
How about some cider? Hilda has been mulling all week.
Great. Sounds good.
Great. Be right back.
I was wrong about him.
Well, yes and no. You married him, so obviously you believed he changed.
And then I kicked him out of the house.
He confessed to the crime. Give yourself a break.
I started divorce proceedings while I was in New York.
So stop them.
The papers already went out. I said terrible things to him.
That was before you knew the truth.
He doesn't want to talk to me. He left right after the board meeting was over with. I don't blame him. It's too late.
Well, I think Carl will stay on, don't you? I mean, Cory really needs him. And he's a genius with finances. God, I am so happy that Giles came around. I think this literacy project could really put us back on top, Grant. Oh, can you believe that I was actually nervous going to that meeting? I mean, it felt so great to be back in that office again. That's why I think I'm going to call Dee Dee. Can I keep this? Thank you. I'm going to call Dee Dee, and I'm going to set up a schedule. You know, I mean, I think I could work half days at home. Oh, I feel so great. I feel so great. I'm so happy to be here. I don't even want to go upstairs.
You're tired, Amanda.
No, I'm not. I'm great. Please, I've been lying around upstairs.
You're not fit for much else.
What?
I said you need to get fit if you want to try anything else.
You're right. And that's why I want to call the physical therapist and I want to set up a daily schedule.
Darling, whatever you want.
Grant, what's wrong?
I'm concerned, Amanda. You're on a high. It's understandable. You've been shut in. You've been depressed. But you have got to face reality.
Grant, I want my life back. My work, you, the children. I just can't hibernate in my bedroom anymore. I need to be a part of things, even if it means I have to wheel myself around for a while. See? I can do it.
Well, that's fine, darling. But look at this house. It's hardly equipped to accommodate a wheelchair.
So we'll build ramps. We'll adjust the kitchen. It's okay. I mean, it's no big deal. We'll work it out. In fact, you know, I was thinking about turning the sunroom on the
I will
third
not
floor
have
into a
my
gym.
house... Amanda, I want you to be happy. I want you to focus on your recovery. But it's going to take a long time.
All the more reason to get started now, right? Oh, Grant, don't you understand? I feel like I finally woken up. I feel like myself again. I want my life back.
Well, you can't have it back. It's over. Thanks to Carl Hutchins and Evan Frame, you're never going to be the same again. Don't you understand that? You're an invalid, Amanda. Evan Frame made damn sure of that.
about your offer. You know, since I'm out of work for just a little while, hopefully, I'd like to stay with you guys for a little while, if that's okay.
Well, good, yeah. Whatever. I know Charlie would be thrilled to have her family together for the holidays. Uh-oh. You're really good with her, you know that? Who knows? Maybe there's an opening down at the nursery school, down the road from us.
But I already know how to color. What do
Well,
you do?
I was just thinking that you might want to pick up a little extra cash, it being the Christmas season.
Charlie, you better tell your dad to quit while he's ahead. And, you give your mom a big hug from me.
Hey, what about me? Come here. Come here. Call me, okay? Okay, Charlie, let's go. Yeah, Hey, Charlie. Oh, man, didn't do too badly. I mean, could have been better. I didn't do too badly, did I? Hello.
But I'm not... Yeah, I'm paralyzed at the moment, but Evan certainly is not responsible.
You're so far away from me, you can't even see what's happened.
Then why don't you tell me?
What's the use? We don't share anything anymore.
Grant, if you're talking about our sex life...
Please. Please. That's the very least of it. Emotionally, spiritually, I feel completely cut off from you. Everything I say, everything I feel is not good enough for you. You defer to someone else.
That's not true.
You see? You see? Listen to yourself. Look, we can't even have a simple conversation without you contradicting me. Do you know how it makes me feel when you defer to a man like Carl Hutchins?
Grant, that was just Cory business.
That's right. That's right, it was business. He doesn't give a damn about you, Amanda. He only wanted you at that meeting to further your own business. I'm the one who was concerned that your activity would worsen your condition, but did you listen to me? Did you respect my wishes? No. No, you deferred to your family and your mother.
What does my mother have to do with this?
This was the first time you'd spent more than a few moments in that wheelchair. You conducted a very stressful board meeting. We don't know what the physical fallout will be. We don't know what the reaction on your nerves will be, on your discs will be, but all your mother could concern herself with was dragging you off to a lunch.
She didn't mean...
That's right. Nobody means to, because nobody cares about you except me.
What are you saying? Are you saying that I shouldn't spend time with my family?
I'm your family. Allie is your family. Kirkland is your family. Because we're the ones who care about you. And we're the ones who accept you for what you are. A handicapped woman.
But I am not just...
Yes, you are, sweetheart. That is the reality. But you can have a wonderful life at home with all of us.
It's not a life. That is not a life. What are you saying? You want me to give up everything? My work? My family? Who I am? Is that what you want?
Hello, Rich.